walked in.
Yo, dude, what are you wearing?
Hey, what I do in my spare time is my business.
Well, now that that's out of the way, let's look at how much shadowness on him on top is down. Oh my god. Well, let's get back to it. No! Okay, for real this time, we're done, right? Okay, yes. So let's continue on our adventure. So because all my Pokemon can level up, I decided to do some grinding. No, not that kind, silly. So we head to the Colloseum, and there are 4 of these in the game. And there's also one gym in this town. I was kind of confused since this is Pokemon Colloseum. Where are all the Colosseums, am I right? And there's only one gym? I guess it makes sense in this world, since everyone who you meet is a thug and not some upstanding citizen. But in the Colosseum, you do 4 battles, and you win prize money and a TM for winning. Something also pretty cool is that the first 2 battles, it's the same music, but the semi-final and the final match both get their own song. After we kill these kids' Pokemon, I imagine the next time they battle, it's like,
You are now entering battle with Trainer Joey. Go, Rattata! Oh my god! Oh my god!
So after all that battling, we head up to Mount Battle, and guess what we have to do more? More battling. How fantastic! And all of these guys are the normal trainers here, like don't they know there are bad guys here? Well, guess they have to die. So we finally make it to the end, and we find this big guy with red hair, and seriously, what is it with these villains and having crazy hair?
I mean, you don't see me with crazy hair now, do ya?
Then he just punches that dude. I mean, that's hardcore. Now we have to fight, and whoa, my god, he has an Entei. That's crazy. Whoa, he's a shadow Pokemon. Guys, I think I figured it out. The Entei burned his hair red, and we can't catch him right now. But my Pokemon aren't the strongest, so we just decide to kill him. So Dakeem. Oh yeah, his name is Dakeem. So Dakeem decides to retreat, and he tells Scrub to go to the lab with Ein. After that, they all leave. But turns out, one of them dropped an F-disc. So after that, the guy that got punched gives us a time flute, which lets us summon Celebi, and he will get rid of our Shadow Pokemon Shadowness immediately, but they won't gain any experience. So it's a good deal, but there's only a few in the whole game. Now Dakeem is emailing us, and they capture the 2 girls that were bullying Silva. We open their cell and find the elevator key. So now it's time to see where the elevator leads, and we're in Drug Town. They even got purple water down here. And this lady Venus tells everyone that some intruders are here, but apparently people are really dumb here. And even when they ask us if we're the intruder and we tell them we are, they don't even know. Like this girl is dumb. So we talk to this kid, and then we talk to some other kids, and then we exit, and we see that Silva has been captured. The freaking moron. But turns out he's an R disc for us, which will let us get to Venus. And then we can teach her a lesson about trying to be a boss to a couple of morons. Like seriously, everyone down here is a freaking idiot. So she has a Suicune, and it's like, how do these people have the legendary dogs? They're like super rare Pokemon. But, I mean, that just means that the final boss is gonna be super hard, right? Right? Well, we catch Suicune because Suicune's pretty good in this game, and the other 2 are kind of pointless when we have Typhlosion and Ampharos, but Quagsire is not too good in this generation, so that's why we catch Suicune. So after beating Venus, she runs away, and we can chase her, and we're gonna do that, but I think now is a good time to explain how this game is better than most of the newer Pokemon games, but better yet, I can show you. So yeah, this point about making the battle seem larger, it really does, because in Sword and Shield, the camera is always pointed at that angle unless it switches to an attack. So yeah, in a 2019 game made on the Nintendo Switch, they are too lazy to animate animations for getting hit. Like, Dingustin, he just moves his head back, that's it. That's all that happens. But in Colloseum, a game made on the GameCube in 2004, that's 3 generations behind the Switch. Every Pokemon has unique animations for getting hit and doing an attack. It's just crazy how lazy they are now. This point is just laughable because, again, a game made in 2019 on the Switch has worse rain effects than a game made on the GameCube. Like, look at that. That looks like a real storm that you would see in real life. But, and look at this. Look at this Sandstream. It's just brown. They made it brown and they added some little dust effects. That's it. Now this looks like a real sandstorm. And look at how Espeon reacts. Look how they do their unique animation. So much more animated. So yeah, that video was again made by Gons Media. It's a great video on how a game made in 2004 is better than something that a company who at that point had hundreds of billions of dollars, they still can't make unique animations or anything because the head honchos at the company of Game Freak, they're too lazy to put in the time and effort to make these games as good as they could be. Pokemon Colloseum was made by a different company, Genius Sonority or something like that, right? And it's just a shame that these guys aren't the ones who get to make Pokemon, because this game and its sequel, Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness, they have so much more life and energy than any of the newer Pokemon games. Everything after Generation 5, which was made by Game Freak, it's just not as good as it was when it was on the DS and not in 3D. Because when you go to 3D, you make all these models lifeless because they just didn't animate them. It's so sad because Pokemon could be one of the greatest franchises ever, but these people are too lazy to put in the time to make the money. And I want to get into it more, but I can't because I'm gonna make a video about how Game Freak is lazy and, you know, they suck. They suck now. But it's just really sad. That's all I'm gonna say. It really is. So yeah, let's continue. So we chase after Venus, and she tries to run away in a train, the dummy. So we follow her, and we exit on the side that she exits on, and she calls us a loser for some reason. So we chase her, and she drops the train key. And wow, I guess some women just aren't the brightest. Ha 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 ha. We then take the train and the Cypher peons blow up the ground for some reason, but they left the main gate key on our side. Wow, no wonder we keep winning against these villains. They are really dumb. Like if Venus never dropped the train key, we would have never been able to get to the lab. And if these guys never left the key on our side, we would have never been able to get into the main gate. So after that, I decided to train Suicune and get her Shadowness down. And once we have done that, I decided to name her Crystal because that's the name of the game that Suicune's on the box of. Words are hard. So, because everyone is still being dumb, we bust into the lab and kill everyone for being retarded. But most of these fights are pretty hard since all the scientists have electrodes and magnetons, and all they want to do is spam thunder. But eventually, we get to this scientist who actually has some brain cells, and he turns on the alarm, letting everyone know that I'm here. But no, we can just leave. Really, dude? Okay, I'm just gonna move on now. R really? Okay, you die. So we finally make it to the end, and we find Ein. We battle him, and let me tell you, his team is annoying. All they do is set up rain dances and try to confuse your Pokemon. No, not in that way. And then they spam thunder, but we managed to beat him and catch the Raikou. That he has. After that he leaves and we find a data ROM. We give those to the kids, and this data ROM has a list of all shadow Pokemon that we can catch. So that's cool. And in the lab I caught a Vibrava. And ooh, look where we are. I think you know what time it is.
Now I know what you're all thinking. I'm gonna do the same jokes last time. But no, I'm way more original than that.